In the north of the state of Oregon lies a forest known as shadow pines. The forest is not famous and is not located on any tourist route, yet the locals describe it as older than time, as if it were a piece of another land that accidentally fell into the human world. Sunlight barely reaches its floor, the air is always cold even in August, and the crows there do not scream, they whisper. Since 1985, 3 disappearances and 1 known murder have occurred there, all without explanation. This story is not about the forest itself, but about what it hides between its trees. In October 1998, a college student named Mark Hollings decided to film a small documentary about rural legends. The last place he was seen was inside shadow pines. On the camera tape found by the police, Mark appears breathing rapidly, the camera shaking violently, and he says in a faint voice, "It's not an animal, it's arms, they're reaching for me." After 5 seconds, a still frame appears showing branches moving unnaturally, as if something long and thin were sliding between them. Then, darkness. The body was never found. But, the camera was discovered hanging from a very tall tree branch, 6 meters high. 11 years later, in the winter of 2009, the body of a local hunter named George Myers was found. The scene was as follows. The body was hanging, held up by branches twisted around it, as if the tree itself had lifted him. Long scratch marks, 4 parallel lines, stretched from the shoulders down to the lower back. Strangest of all, there were no footprints around the area belonging to the perpetrator, not even animal tracks. The forensic report stated one chilling sentence. The joints were pulled apart, not dislocated. Pulled. The lead detective on the case resigned a month later and declared, "I know what I saw. That thing wasn't human." In 2017, a woman named Ellen Parker entered the forest to take photos of the autumn scenery, but she ran out without her bag or equipment. The story she told the police 2 days later was unstable. She said she was taking a photo of a path between the trees, and suddenly she noticed a very tall person standing among them. It wasn't moving, just watching. She described it as follows. Its height was between 2.5 and 3 meters. Its limbs were extremely thin, like black branches. Its head was slightly tilted. Its skin looked like charred wood. No eyes, but I felt it was seeing me. She said she closed her eyes for a fraction of a second out of fear, and when she opened them, he was closer. Much closer. She then heard the sound of branches rustling behind her, so she ran and didn't stop until she reached the highway. In 2021, 3 hobbyists specializing in strange phenomena decided to place recording devices in the forest for 72 hours. On a cold night, at 2:14 a.m. one of the audio devices captured a strange recording. A continuous low hum. Low frequencies that a human cannot produce. Slow footsteps on dry leaves. A sound of inhaling, as if something were expanding. Then a sudden, absolute stop. The audio experts who later listened to the clip noticed something frightening. The frequencies resemble those of whale songs, but clearly audible in open air. How could a land-based creature produce vibrations like that? The researchers didn't find an answer, but they noticed something else. At second 17 of the recording, there is a very faint sound resembling a word. Leave. After these events, the local residents began talking about an entity they call the Long Shadow Man. And they believe that it is not a spirit, but a living creature, though not known to science. That it has lived in the forest for hundreds of years, before the settlers arrived. That it does not attack humans unless they enter its domain. There is an old local legend that says the forest is the place where a shadow hides when it leaves its owner. And it is said that the Long Shadow Man is the shadow of a being from another world, lost, searching for a body to return to. And that is why it follows humans. In the summer of 2024, the police decided to officially close the forest due to dangerous animal activity, but the residents know the truth. Every night at sunset, some say they see a tall, slender figure standing at the forest entrance, unmoving, as if guarding it, or waiting. Mark's file, George's, Ellen's, and the audio recording, all are now part of unsolved cases. And there is no official explanation. The only question that remains: is the Long Shadow Man a real creature, or is the forest itself the killer? To this day, no one dares to go in to find the answer. If you enjoyed diving into this mystery with me tonight, don't hesitate to hit the like button, it helps more than you think. And if you'd like to explore deeper secrets and darker legends, you can subscribe to the channel. There is always a new story waiting, and I'd be glad to have you with us when the next mystery appears.